Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey folks, a good Tuesday morning to you and welcome to the show. Matt Guitar Murphy is our producer today. Telephone lines, as always, Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill Toyota. The Toyota Tacoma is your MVP, most versatile pickup. Head to the road to total savings, US 119 at Chapmanville, or visit thornhilltoyotawv.com. We do the show from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. Lots to get to this morning. Of course, it's championship time for your hometown baseball team. The Charleston Dirty Birds. The Birds begin their championship series tonight against York. 2 games at Gomart Ballpark tonight and tomorrow night. And we'll be joined by Jill Gearin a little bit later on. She's actually at the stadium, so she'll be joining us on the phone a little bit later on. Also, this Saturday is OktoberWest, presented by the folks at Charleston Urban Works. Ric Cavender is in studio for that. One of the sponsors of our show, of course, is Joot Security Systems, and we'll talk to Josh Beam from there about that. And State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin will be stopping by as well. So a lot to get to this morning. I want to start off, though, in the newsroom. Jeff Jenkins is with us. Jeff, good morning. We had a report yesterday of a pretty horrific potential, because it's still an investigation, right, child abuse case in Charleston. Talk about it.
Yeah, so a young child showed up on the porch of a neighbor in the Bridge Road area and was handcuffed, and said that the child said that they had been like that for about 24 hours and had gone to a neighbor's house. Neighbors called police. Police came, and they ended up arresting a woman identified as Laura Southworth, and she was arrested on a child abuse and illegal restraint charge. And so if you take a closer look at some of the allegations here, the child said that she was being punished for about 24 hours. She had been punished, and then Southworth told police, I guess there's some other kids in the house, and there's some dispute there, and about taking their food or some different things, and that she couldn't control the child, and so that's why she put her in handcuffs. So she is at last check, she was in jail on about a $10,000 bond, but police are continuing their investigation, and I'm sure Child Protective Services obviously was involved after that. So but it all started with the neighbor. And some other neighbors have said they didn't know much about it, or didn't know, the family had kept to itself. And
I saw one report on television last night where they were interviewing one of the neighbors, said that they didn't even know that they had kids in the house. Yeah. Which, if you got kids in the house, you see them in the neighborhood or whatever, the neighbors had no idea, at least some of them did, that they even had kids in the house.
So there might be more coming on this. You don't know.
Probably, yeah.
But I know police are investigating, and and the charges came actually pretty quickly once they talked to the woman and they found the child and different things. So all right, that's where it is.
Jeff, I appreciate you. We'll be following the story, of course, all day on air and online as well. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot.
See you.
Never easy to report on stories like that, but our team always does a great job. Jeff, I appreciate it. Phone calls to the Dave Allen Show at service of Biggly Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street in Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street in Charleston. Visit bestmastertaylor.com. Want to welcome in Josh Beam, our good friend from Joot, fine sponsors of the show. Josh, good morning. How are you, man?
Good morning. Good to be here.
Thank you for being here. It's kind of hard to follow up that story, but we had to get Jeff in there to talk about that. Josh, for those who have not heard you on the show in the past, of course, Joot, as I said, Joot, a fine sponsor to the show. Let's talk about the different services offered by Joot.
So we have any home security, automation, business security and automation needs that you would want. So we secure any type of a location, and we do different smart home things like that as well.
And for people who are listening right now that are saying, well, I thought about getting a security system for my home or for my business, but it's just let's focus on residential. Okay, it's just too complicated. I'll never be able to operate this, or it's just too expensive. What do you say to that?
So there's a very wide range on different packages that we can offer. So the biggest thing that I always talk about on here and always tell the customer is I come in and completely listen to you. So I'm not a pressure salesman that comes in and tries to sell you something you don't want or you don't need. I completely listen to you. It's your home and you know it best. So I come in and we just talk about what you can do. And what I always say ultimately also is that when I give you a quote, you can take off whatever you want, whatever you don't feel comfortable, don't feel like you need, whatever. It's completely a movable quote there. It's not locked into anything. So
basically you give them a computer handout or whatever, a sheet of paper,
right,
and it's got the things on it, and they look at it and they say, well, I'm watching my dollars and cents here, so maybe I don't want to go this route. I want to go a little bit less, and you can kind of custom make it for the individual. Yeah. It's not just one price. And what are some of those options that people have? If I call you and I want a security system put in my home, what are some of the options that people will be choosing from?
So we have different things like having a glass break sensor. If any of your windows are broken, it's going to detect that frequency and alert the police. Sometimes some people say, well, I don't need that many in the house. If I have 3 or 4 in the quote, whatever, we'll take it down to a couple less. A couple motion sensors, you can take that down. Door sensors, things like that as well. Just your standard security.
Right, and so you can kind of piecemeal as to what it is that you want. And you offer this for both residential and commercial. What can you do for commercial businesses? What's the most common things that you do there?
So one of the most exciting things that we have with that is we partner with Alarm.com. So they're the largest national provider of security services. And one of the great things that they have is business analytics. So you can detect through your cameras set up. You can have different hot spots in the area. If you have like a retail store, you can see where people are going to the most. You can see if you have like a coffee shop type setting, you can see how long a customer's been in there, how many cups of coffee they've gone up and got. You can see the productivity of your workers in the back there, how many cups of coffee they're making, things like that. So I mean, it's
you keep an eye on all aspects.
It's crazy how detail they can get with the business analytics.
And of course, talk about the technology. Back in the day, security systems were these big bulky cameras with a ton of equipment, and the best you could get out of it was some sort of a grainy video or something like that. How was the what's the technology? You don't remember those days, but I'm sure you hear the story. Talk about the technology and how far it's come over the years.
Yeah, so I mean, all of our camera setups are very, very discreet now. So picture quality is phenomenal. One of the great things about the different business analytics and different things that they have with the video setup is it's not like you're fast forwarding through just hours and hours of tape trying to find the situation that happened. You have different alerts that it will set up when it's detecting motion, whenever it's detecting people, vehicles. You can search for keywords in there. You can search for different people that you're trying to find. So I mean, you can get it very, very specific when you're going back.
And you have to sit down with people sometime that are a little less tech savvy, maybe older people or, me. You have to sit down with them and you have to explain to them exactly how this works. So, I mean, you take them step by step, Josh,
Absolutely.
on how this works.
Yeah. So I was talking with a customer yesterday. I was doing a quote for him, and he's been with some other companies and wanted to get a quote from us. And he said one of the biggest things is these other companies are losing business from him because they just won't return his calls. They won't come out and see him. And that is the opposite of our business model and what I want to do with it. So, we are a locally owned and operated business out of the Hurricane area and go all over the state. I'm a text or a phone call away at any time. You have my personal number when I work with you. And I want to be a partner with you. I'll come out. I've gone to of a business in Charleston. I've gone to 5 or 6 times in the last month just because they didn't understand the setup, and I'm really trying to help them figure that out. So,
and if somebody has multiple locations, I mean, will you work with them on the price on that? They say, look, I'm going to sign you up to, Dave Allen Industries or whatever, and I've got 5 or 6 locations. Can you cut me a break if I do more? I mean, break's not the right word, but are you willing to work with them?
Absolutely. I guess? Yeah. We definitely try to figure it out with you, see what works best for you. And the other great thing with working with Alarm.com and the app that they offer is you can have business enterprise management. So you have 5 locations. Then you can have your main app and you can click into each of those locations through the same app. It's not like you're scrolling through all kinds of different things, remembering all these different logins. It's all one centralized thing. You can have video security, automation, all connected in through that. So it's
and I think the important thing is to remember, and you just kind of touched on this, Josh, is you don't just set up the equipment and go. You're there to answer questions. You said to one business you'd been back about 4 or 5 times to explain different things to them. And of course, your systems come with all the warranties and all that other stuff as well. As we get closer now into the Christmas season, I know it's just September. I don't want to rush it because I think your local Walmart has Easter decorations up now. But as we get closer to the Christmas season, if you're looking for a gift for somebody, this might be a great gift for someone, like maybe an older parent or something that the kids could get involved with and go together and get a security system.
Absolutely.
Do you see that sort of thing? That sort of thing happening from time to time?
Last year we definitely saw some of that, just different camera setups, people that have been wanting to do something and did that. Yeah, it worked out very well.
All right. So where can people get a hold of you, Josh?
You can get a hold of us at 681-233-4000 or protectedbyjoot.com.
And the name is Joot, Joot. I try to explain that to everybody when I read your sponsorship tag here. It's Joot.
Yes.
And for those people who may not know the story of where the name Joot comes from, you want to tell them again?
It's a very interesting story. So I have 2 owners, and their names are James and Thor, and they connected their name and said the double O is catchy and easy to remember, like Google and other companies like that. So a lot of thought went into it.
Well, those guys, with
That's right.
With Thor and James, there's always a lot of thought goes into everything, mainly lunch, where they're getting lunch that day. All right, Josh, I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy tackles pressing health issues, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, RSV, and more. It's a podcast offering insights into medical breakthroughs and preventative care, featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians aimed at fostering healthier lifestyles in and beyond the state. It's a valuable resource for all. Check out the latest episodes on WVMetroNews.com under the podcast menu and start your journey towards better health today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. Coming up a little bit later on, State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin will be stopping by. We're going to do a quick check-in over at Go-Mart Ballpark with Jill and the Dirty Birds as they get set. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're keeping an eye on the weather for Game 1 of the Atlantic Championship Series, which is 6:35 tonight at the ballpark. We'll check in with Jill. And this Saturday, the place you're going to want to be is over in the Elk City District for OktoberWest. Ric Cavender from Charleston Urban Works is coming up to talk about that right after this. You're listening to the Dave Allen Show, 580 Live, the voice to Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
Welcome to Poca Valley, where we've been in business since 1908. Today, we serve Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties. We believe you deserve banking that provides friendly customer service. For all of your financial needs, stop by one of our 8 convenient locations. Call us at 844-782-2651 or visit us online at PocaValleyBank.com. Poca Valley, where relationships matter.
Member FDIC.
My weekly card game.
Visits from my grandkids.
Volunteer tutoring.
No matter what the best part of your week is, if you're 75 or older, or 60 or older with certain health conditions, the most important thing on your schedule should be talking to your doctor about an RSV vaccine, because vaccines are the best protection from getting very sick, and no one has time for that. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Calling all sports fans this season, the Toyota Tacoma is your MVP. Most versatile pickup. Hey, it's Sydney. And whether you're hauling gear or heading out for a weekend adventure, the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma has you covered. Ready to win? Drive off in a new Toyota Tacoma today with rates as low as 4.99% APR. It's game time at the new Thornhill Toyota. Your new Tacoma is waiting on the road to total savings. US 119 in Chapmanville and ThornhillToyotaWV.com. Every fan, every team, every season, go Thornhill. Let's qualify for all offers through Toyota Financial. See Thornhill for full details.
921, Special Olympics embodies the true spirit of sportsmanship. It's not merely about winning medals. It's about being a part of a team, practicing and competing together. The joy and fulfillment derived from these experiences are immeasurable as athletes find their confidence and self-worth through the shared pursuit of victory. West Virginia Enriched in collaboration with Huntington invites you to witness the transformative power of Special Olympics. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics at facebook.com/580WCHS. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. Coming up on tomorrow's show, the mayor of Bell, David Fletcher, is going to join us, talk about some things going on in the big metropolis of Bell, including their fall festival, which is happening Friday and Saturday. Millie Snyder from the Shape Shop will stop by, and some other guests. John Jarrett of Jarrett Construction. They're getting ready to celebrate a big anniversary. He's going to join us on the show tomorrow as well. Want to welcome in Ric Cavender for Charleston Urban Works. Rick, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dave. How you doing, sir?
Doing fine, man. Doing
Good.
fine. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, good.
For an old guy.
Same. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. No, you're not. OktoberWest is this Saturday on the west side. You do know it's not October, right?
Yeah, that's the I hear that so much. And actually, I'm glad you brought that up because we had to clarify. So we actually try to mirror the actual Oktoberfest celebration in Germany that starts in the last 2 weeks of September. So that's why it's at the end of September.
I got you.
So kick off the fall.
I'm not the only one that's brought that up, right? That you're doing it in September. Well,
it's always been in September.
Okay. Well, see, I didn't realize that. So what all you got going on? Give us a rundown of some of the things.
Along with Foam at the Dome, which happened back in June. This is our other big fundraiser that we hold every year here at Charleston Urban Works. And, the purpose of this fundraiser is to draw really positive attention to our urban business districts, to create that sort of residual effect, to remind people to come back and shop and eat in these districts. It's a fundraiser for our organization, obviously, and it gets the cash registers ringing. So, this has been going on now. It's in its 15th year. We're celebrating 15 years of OktoberWest, and really it comes down to beer, food, and music, right? So we have over 130 beers.
You had me at all three.
That's right. Right? I mean, that's what else do we do? But no, we have over 130 beers on tap. This year we have more food vendors we've ever had. We have 12 food vendors this year, which is great. And then we have two stages, our City National Bank stages. The West stage the main stage will have two co-headliners. We'll have Mark Davis of Vinyl Village spinning from 3 to 5:30, and then Andrew Scocci, he's coming down from the north. Him and his band will be playing from 5:30 to 7 on the main stage, and then on the east stage, which is right near the OktoberWest games, which I'll get into in a second. That's DJ Quartz, and she'll be spinning the entire time. Right around the OktoberWest games, which this year they're going to be bigger and better than ever. We have yodeling contest, sausage toss, keg rolling, sausage eating contest. Apparently, we're doing this year.
Matt Murphy's producing the show today. Matt Murphy, as soon as you said sausage eating and keg rolling, he's like, I may have to come down for that.
But yeah, a few other games. The addition what we're adding this year is we're doing the OktoberWest. We're calling it Trivial Prost Suit. It's a event long trivia game. We give you a QR code when you first get in. You scan it. You can play trivia on your phone the entire duration of the event. And the top winners will get some really cool prizes. So that'll all be going on during the event. 5 o'clock is when the OktoberWest games start. As far as the admission goes, VIP early hour this year is something we've added new. That goes from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. You get an extra hour as a VIP ticket holder, which is $55. You also get access to the VIP beer tent in the middle, right there in the middle of the event. Of course, general admission is 4 to 7, and that lasts until the end of the event, which is at 7 o'clock. So
where do people get tickets?
You go to charlestonurbanworks.org. You can also find out all the information on the OktoberWest 2024 Facebook page. We have, I think, over 2,300 people that have already liked that page and are following it. All the different information regarding our sponsors, the entertainment, the beer, the food, everything is listed on both the Facebook page and the website, and you can buy tickets right there. It takes you right to the page.
I'll tell you what we'll do right now. How about we give away a pair of tickets?
Let's do it. I love this.
I'll tell you what we'll do. If you're caller number 5 right now, you can call us up at 304-345-5858, 304-345-5858. Caller number 5 right now. I am going to hook you up with a pair of free tickets. I'm not going to do it. Ric Cavender's going to do it. Hook you up with a pair of free admission tickets to get into OktoberWest. It's this Saturday over in the Oak City District, west side of Charleston. That's a great value.
It is.
Caller 5 right now. Matt Murphy is standing by, 304-345-5858, 304-345-5858. Caller 5 right now. We'll hook you up with a pair of free passes to OktoberWest happening OktoberWest this Saturday on the Oak City area of Charleston. Talk about specifically, Rick, where are things set up?
The event spans from Pennsylvania Avenue, right when you enter into Elk City, so Pennsylvania Avenue, all the way down to Crescent Road, which is past Charleston Nano Brewery, if you're familiar with that, where that is. So it's a huge length of Washington Street West, and there'll be some stuff going on. Some food vendors on Bigley Avenue. The VIP beer tent will be right there on Tennessee. The stage is set up right on Washington Street West, facing down toward Pennsylvania, the main stage. So it's the entire almost length of the Elk City District, at least on Washington Street West.
This is a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah,
and I've seen when I drive in the morning, you've got signs out. You don't specifically, but there's signs out on the interstate that say that the street's going to be closed.
That's right.
In that area.
Yeah. They already got it up, which is good because we got to reroute traffic.
I want to say congratulations to Dave Runyon from Hurricane, another Dave from Hurricane, who was our winner.
Congratulations,
Dave.
So,
Dave Runyon of Hurricane is our winner. He's won himself a couple of free passes to OktoberWest, which is happening this coming Saturday in the Elk City District of Charleston. I'm sorry, Mike Runyon. Is it Mike or is it Dave? It's Mike. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
Congratulations, Mike.
Well, he's new. Our producer's new. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Murphy's been here for a long time. I think this may be the first time he's ever produced my show. But so not a Dave from Hurricane. He changed it because I actually won the tickets. Is what
That's
it
right.
is.
Yeah.
He changed it so it would look so
that
obvious. Mike Murphy of Hurricane is our winner. So Mike, we appreciate you. We got your tickets here at the station, and I'm sure Mr. Murphy, our producer, told you all about how to get your tickets. All right, and I do want to say, side note here, Rick, that our station are going to be a big part of this.
Oh, yes.
We're the official media sponsor. I'm going to be down there on Saturday afternoon representing our sister station, 987 A Mountain, Wild and Wonderful Classic Rock. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, having some food and drink, and spending some time on the stage as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having all you all. During Foam, that worked out so well, having you guys all on stage and having that presence there with all your tents set up and folks coming over and hanging out and talking to you guys and getting information. So we're really thankful for your all's partnership.
Now, how many different kinds of beer did I?
Over 130 beers will be on tap. Of the 130, if you look at the list, I believe only 5 are domestic, like your Bud Lights, your Miller Lights, your Michelobs. Everything else, there's a lot of like German style beers, a lot of like fall, so like pumpkin and like stouts and that kind of thing. It's a really good variety, and a lot of it is stuff that you haven't heard of. A lot of stuff that isn't around here, but there's also some of those favorites, like the Big Timbers, all the West Virginia places. A lot of the West Virginia beers are represented as well.
And that's one of the things I like about this event, and you also mentioned Foam at the Dome that Charleston Urban Works does, is that you give these companies, these West Virginia-based companies, an opportunity to be a part of it, whether it's the beer, the food trucks, or whatever. There's something in it from them as well.
Our mission, Dave, at the very core, and we're talking even our board policies whenever we purchase things for these events, like when we go out to our vendors, we have a buy local policy. Like we make sure to reach out to the local vendors first before we have to venture out possibly not local, and we do that with our events as well. We always want to shine that direct spotlight onto these folks that are making West Virginia and Charleston the place it is.
Now, weather-wise, you can't do anything about the weather, but it looks like, of course, we've got some rain, which is much needed in the middle part of this week. And from what I'm hearing, Friday night high school football could be a little messy. But from what I saw, and again, with the weather, Rick, things can change. That by Saturday, things look like they're dry a little bit.
It's still looking, I've been watching very close, as you can imagine, all week, and it's looking like everything is going to ease up very early in the morning on Saturday, which will actually be perfect because it'll cool things down a little bit. And if it's anything like last year, we may just have perfect weather once again. Not the perfect amount of sunshine, weather not too hot. It could be really great. So go ahead and buy your tickets now. We have full faith there'll be no rain on Saturday. Don't worry about that.
Is there? I know you're in an outdoor event, Rick, but is it possible that this event could sell out? I mean, do you have a certain allotment of tickets?
Foam of the Dome did sell out. We would like to see this sell out. We have a little bit of a higher cap for this than we did Foam at the Dome, so we hope to see it sell out. We'll just never know. I mean, a lot of folks buy their tickets on site, like at the gate. We do recommend you buy them ahead of time because you never know. VIP is more limited than general admission.
How many VIP do you have?
We only allow for the first 600 people to be VIP, and so I think we're already up to like 350 or 4 at this point. So I would act pretty quickly and go ahead and get those tickets now if you're wanting the VIP treatment.
And let's talk about the work of Charleston Urban Works, like your mission. I mean, because of course you put on this big event, Foam at the Dome and OktoberWest, but that's just the event that is the money raisers.
That's right.
The fundraisers. What are you doing in the other months? What exactly is the mission statement, if you will, of Charleston Urban Works?
So again, we really just solely focus on urban economic and community development in these neighborhood business districts. So for for the most part, right now, the west side and the east end of Charleston, right? And so our goal is really in 4 different categories. We have our public space enhancement work. So that's our West Side Gateway Lighting Initiative that we're working right in the middle of right now that we've talked about on air before. That's public art projects, like most of the murals that you see that are up on the buildings, we've helped commission or been involved in some way. Crosswalk enhancements, recycling receptacles. The list really goes on. Our facade grant program, we have a full program dedicated to providing funding to local property and business owners who are looking to spruce up their outside, whether that's brick pointing, windows, doors, signage. We have grant money available for them. We also have buy local and shop local initiatives. Our Charleston passport card, our Charleston Urban Works passport card. It's a MasterCard debit card you can get through Element Federal Credit Union. You sign up for it. Every time you swipe it, you get 2% cash back if you shop in our districts and you eat in our districts. So those are really the program. That's the programming that we offer right now as we've restructured and rebranding, as we've talked about recently. We're still working on some other really exciting stuff. But right now, that's what we've been focused on. And that's just to make sure folks are thinking about our businesses first whenever they look to go, eat out or to go get a beer or shop for their clothing or whatever. So that's one of our main goals.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. If you're interested in improving your company's IT workforce, know that they offer custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap. At Bridge Valley, train for little or no cost, 50-50 salary match. They can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships today. One of the, here's a text for you. Why only 3 hours?
It's 4 hours. It's 3 to 7.
Hours. Yeah.
3 to 7. We did change the hours. I'm glad someone asked that. We changed the hours for a couple key reasons. Now, of course, for this particular year, there's the Sierra Farrell concerts at the Clay Center Saturday night, and we know there's a lot of crossover there with the folks who go to our event and people who want to see Sierra Farrell at Clay Center. We want folks to be able to go to both. But just as importantly, we want to make sure that when folks are leaving our event, that they have enough time to go out and patronize all the local businesses they can. We want them to go and get dinner. If they haven't already eaten at one of our food vendors, which that was probably happening earlier in the day, we want them to go out and get dinner at the several local restaurant options. We want them to go out and grab a beer at their favorite watering hole or their brewery. We want to give people more time to do that because it's a captive audience, Dave. We have people coming in from, in some instances, in some years, 16 different states have been to our events. I mean, all the surrounding counties, we have attendees coming from several counties in West Virginia. It's their opportunity to see the best Charleston has to offer. And if they're there till 9 o'clock, they're not going to have as many options. Sure. So we did move the hours back a little bit. And honestly, folks after it gets dark at a beer festival, it gets a little rowdy. And so I think if we can,
that's why we got Murphy there. Matt Murphy's going to be there. So.
Good deal.
Yeah.
No. I mean, and everybody's fine. And we have Charleston police there, and we have security. They all do a great job of keeping things.
There's never been an issue there.
Never been an issue ever.
Yeah.
But the earlier that we can expose folks to our great city and get them out shopping and eating locally, we want to do that. So.
Before we let you go, talk about some of the businesses that are on the West End that you've been working with, and just some of the things you're excited about business wise on the West End of Charleston.
Yeah. So of course, Sergio's restaurant, the Italian restaurant, just opened. It was the old Books and Brews location there, and he's doing great. He'll be open during OktoberWest. Charleston Nano Brewery, they're doing great over there. They have a really good operation there. They'll be open as well. Green Infusion is there. Elk City Records, Elk City Cycles, Kinship Goods just celebrated their 10-year anniversary. They had their big event this past Saturday where they were celebrating 10 years with their brick and mortar being open, and they're right there on Tennessee Avenue. Vandalia Company, really great restaurant and a shop that's opened up there on Tennessee right there beside Kinship. And she's done a great job over there. Delicious offerings there. They'll be open for a while, I believe, during the event. And the grill, I think you probably saw the grill is under new ownership, and they're in that transition process. Very historic business there on our west side. Winter Floral, that they'll be open during the event. They've been in business for decades now. Really, the list goes on and on. We have Face the World and Universal Aesthetics is a good example of a service related business who's done really well, and they chose to go to the Elk City District and be a part of what's happening.
You've got a lot of businesses that are choosing to be there. All right, quickly before we let you go, where can people get tickets again?
CharlestonUrbanWorks.org. You can also go to OktoberWest 2024 Facebook page. All the information is on both of those, and you can click a direct link to get your tickets today.
All right. Rick, appreciate you being there. I'll see you Saturday, man.
So I really appreciate you, Dave. Thank you so much.
Ric Cavender from Charleston Urban Works. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Mays Agency. Spend time on your business, not your insurance. Brightway, the Mays Agency, can help explain the type of insurance you need based on your particular line of business, your location, and other important factors. They can select different insurance companies to make sure you're getting the right coverages and prices to protect your business. For more, visit brightwaymays.com. State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin standing by. We'll talk to him. Plus, we're going to go live to Go-Mart Ballpark for Jill Gearin as the Dirty Birds get set to take on the York Revolution for the Atlantic League Championship Game 1 tonight at the ballpark. We'll talk to Jill right after this. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
Hey, it's Dave Allen for Parmar Stores. The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar store is ready. Whether you're heading to the game or just catching it at home, Parmar has everything you'll need, from the drinks to the snacks and so much more. Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar rewards cards for even more savings. West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Happy football. And if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Are you changing jobs or gearing up for retirement? Don't navigate your financial journey alone. At 4th Avenue Financial, we specialize in guiding individuals through life's transitions. From optimizing your retirement savings to managing your investments, we're here to provide expert advice every step of the way. Schedule your free consultation with John Burdett and take control of your financial future today. 4thavenuefinancial.com.
Securities offered through Jenny B. Cole Financial Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny B. Cole Advisors Incorporated.
Did you know that most homes and businesses in West Virginia have some sort of foundation settlement problem? If you're experiencing a settling foundation or sunken concrete slab, call the professionals at Marco Concrete Lifting. With the most advanced solutions and engineered equipment, your structural stability is their top priority. Marco Concrete Lifting can provide a structural engineer referral upon request. Protect your biggest investment, your home. Call Marco Concrete Lifting today at 722-LIFT. That's 722-LIFT.
Foundation issues? Wet basement? Drainage problems? Contact Foster Foundation Repair. Locally owned and operated by a licensed professional engineer, Foster Foundation Repair provides rock-solid service with certified results. Contact us today for a free evaluation. Foster Foundation Repair. Rock-solid service. Certified results. FosterFoundationRepair.com. West Virginia Contractor License WV061105.
21 minutes away from 10. Vaccines are your best protection against severe disease from flu and COVID-19. If you're 65 or older, risk less and do more with this season's vaccines. Get started at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Resources. Matt Murphy is our producer today. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Pinnacle offers a 4-phase assessment for your property's inspection, sampling, and analysis, comprehensive reporting, and management planning. Visit pinnaclecorp.net, because what you don't know can hurt you. State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin standing by, but I want to go live now to Go-Mart Ballpark, where we have got Jill Gearin of the Dirty Birds. Jill, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you, Dave.
All right. T-minus, 10 hours or so from now? I don't do math. But 6:35 is first pitch tonight, right?
Yep, exactly. So I think we're at 9 hours now.
There you go. I said I don't do math.
Almost time for first pitch. we're getting ready. You know, players are going to arrive probably right around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and we're getting ready to go.
All right. So I know you're keeping an eye on the weather. What's the latest on the weather for tonight?
Should be fine. I think the showers should be gone before first pitch. But again, the good news is we have turf field. We are never not going to get a ball game in. So even if you see like it might be raining, maybe some thunderstorms, we always will have this game in. So if you want to come to a baseball game, come on down. There will be baseball played. What's
the feeling around the building this morning? Because I know I had you in studio yesterday, but what's the feeling like in the building? You said the players are going to be arriving soon. Got that championship feeling again?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We have some new playoff merchandise coming in. We had a playoff T-shirt last week. We now have a Southern Division Champions T-shirt coming in. That's going to be delivered soon. Once that's in, it feels a little bit more real for all of us working here. And we're excited for first pitch.
Well, I've got State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin in studio with me this morning. Push walks in the studio rocking his Dirty Birds shirt. He's ready to go, aren't you, Michael?
That's right. Rooting for the home team.
That's
Congratulations and best of luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're excited. We have Kiva Sampson is going to be starting for us today. He was our Game 1 starter last week. Former big leaguer, so we're excited. I feel more confident about this series than I did last week, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, 6:35 is first pitch tonight, and all the promotions. You can bring your dog out. You got the $2 deals going on. The kids 12 and under are admitted free, so a great night at the ballpark. And again, with this turf, you don't worry as much about the rain. The only thing you worry about is lightning. Hopefully, we won't have that. And lightning never causes cancellation of a game, or very rarely. It's always just a little bit of a delay. But hopefully that won't. We're not going to complain about the rain because we need it. But if we could just let it hold off for the game tonight. 2 games tonight and tomorrow night, and then you head out to York. Jill, I appreciate it. We'll talk again soon. Best of luck tonight. I'll probably be talking to you tomorrow.
Perfect. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Go Dirty Birds.
Yeah, absolutely. Jill Gearin of the Dirty Birds. Hoppy Kurtzville coming up with Metro News Talk Line at 10:06. Delegate Joey Garcia on the show this morning. Ryan Schmelz and Jared Halpert of Fox News Radio will be on. State Senator Mike Maroney arrested again. Brad has the latest on that. Plus, tonight at the State Culture Center, the Capitol grounds, Republicans are having what they call the Victory Dinner. Guest speaker is Daniel Cameron, former Attorney General of Kentucky. He'll be joining Hoppy on the show this morning. Michael Lipton of the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame is on. And he's going to talk about the death of a true West Virginia musical icon, Billy Ed Wheeler, who passed away, Boone County native, passed away a couple of days ago. That's all on Talkline coming up at 10:06 this morning. Text says, why is it called the Elk City District instead of the West Side? Well, the answer to that is the Elk City District. It's actually called the Elk City District of the West Side because it's on the National Historic District Register. Also on the National Historic District Register is Mike Pushkin. How you doing, man?
I think you just made the register registry yesterday with your 54th birthday.
Yeah, I've joined the 54 Club with you.
Yeah. You're my age now.
No, I'm not. You're still older. Still older.
You know, good thing people aren't listening to you or they'd be late for the Dirty Birds game tonight. I'm glad Jill corrected you. You had people going an hour late. So you just turned 54 and already sensing a little bit of cognitive decline there, telling people to go to the game
There seems
late.
to be a lot of that going around.
Well,
you know,
especially in this studio.
All right. Big happenings in Charleston this week,
right.
Michael. Tonight, the State Republican Party is going to have what's being called the Victory Dinner at the Culture Center. That's what you want to talk about, right?
Well, actually, no. We have the Roosevelt Kennedy Dinner for the Democratic
that was a joke.
Party. Well, there's a bit of a connection there because I believe their speaker is Daniel Cameron, and our keynote speaker is the governor of Kentucky who beat Daniel Cameron soundly in the last election. We have Governor Andy Beshear. We are happy to have him. He was on the short list for vice president, and now he has been generous enough with his time and his scheduling to come to Charleston, West Virginia. To join us for the Roosevelt Kennedy Dinner, and that's this Friday. The doors will open around 6 o'clock. The dinner is around 6:30. The program starts probably around 7. You mentioned Michael Lipton, who's going to be on Hoppy with his band, the Carpenter Ants. They're going to be the musical entertainment. They're bringing along nationally known singer-songwriter Nellie McKay. And, of course, we'll hear from all of our statewide candidates, like Mayor Steve Williams, Mayor Glenn Elliott, all of our statewide candidates. And we get to hear from Governor Andy Beshear, who has a great message for West Virginians, not just Democrats in West Virginia, but for West Virginians in general. And you can find those tickets, and they're going fast, but you can find those tickets at wvdemocrats.com. And click on Roosevelt Kennedy Dinner, and we hope to see you there Friday night.
Andy Beshear, for his part, he was on Hoppy yesterday. If you get an opportunity, go back. Yeah, I heard the interview with Hoppy. He did a great job on the interview with Hoppy yesterday. You may want to go back and try to give that a listen. It's kind of a big get, as we say in the media business, for you to get Andy Beshear to come here.
I think it's a very big deal. It's also the kickoff of this what they're calling the New South Bus Tour, which Andy Beshear will be here as part of, and it'll be going all through the South, winding up down in Georgia and Florida. For the Harris Walls campaign. But the kickoff is right here in Charleston, West Virginia. So that's a very big deal as well. This Friday, September 27th.
And where can people get tickets? Give us a ticket info again.
Everybody can get tickets at wvdemocrats.com. And the event, I don't know if I said this, the event's being held at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center.
Okay. So special session is Monday. I know you've been busy studying the agenda.
We have not received an agenda yet, unfortunately. We will see. I mean, the governor is talking about all sorts of things, but he's not really good at showing up and building a consensus. And we'll see what we're actually able to do.
So, what are you looking forward to? What would you like to see? Mike Pushkin's wish list on the call.
Well, I mean, obviously, we need to address the child care crisis in this state. The governor has paid lip service to it. The Republicans in the legislature has paid lip service to it. But a lot of people are struggling right now to find care for their young children so they can get to work. Every day we hear about child care agencies closing up left and right across West Virginia because of the way that we do the subsidies, because they're just not able to keep these businesses open with the way that we're doing. Now, the governor's talked about this tax credit, but if you do the math on that, I know that you're not great at math. We just found that out earlier when you told people to go to the game an hour late. But if you find somebody who is good at math and you do the math on it, his proposal would save average families maybe a couple $100s a year. A year. That might pay for like 1 week of child care, unfortunately. That's not going to do it. We really need to do a deep dive into this and address the issue. I don't think that's what the legislature plans on doing. We'll see. I mean,
in many cases, though,
hope springs eternal, but we'll see.
In many cases, the Republican leadership is at odds with the governor, especially like you talk about the state income tax plan. I mean, I've been able – now, granted, I don't have every politician state on my show. I've talked to one state senator on the Republican side that's for it. I'm sure there's others, but I mean, I've personally talked to one that's for it. But the big guys, the ones in leadership, the Tars and the Blairs and whatever – they're not feeling this, Mike, and a lot of Democrats. All Democrats aren't feeling it either.
Well, I mean, I'm always open to the idea of putting money back in people's pockets. That's taxpayers' money, and we should be good stewards of public funds and the taxpayers' money. My issue is there's a whole lot of basic services that aren't being met. Whether it's in child care, whether it's the overburdened foster care system, whether it's the amount of families on the intellectual and developmental disability wait list, and the fact that once they get off the wait list, they're still not able to find in-home care for their loved ones. We don't have enough teachers in the classroom. We don't have enough staff in our jails, and there's just a lot of basic services that are not being met. So no, this rocket ship ride never got off of the launch pad, and there are a lot of things that we need to fix first.
Tex says, in fairness, are there enough Democrats left in West Virginia to sell this thing out, or will they bring them in from out of state like the keynote speaker?
Historically, our speakers have always come from out of state. In the past, we've had keynote speakers like former President Obama, former President Clinton, and we're happy to have somebody who was on the short list for vice president this year. But yeah, there are plenty of folks across the state who will be joining us Friday night over at the Charleston Convention and Convention Center and Coliseum. And once again, the tickets are available at wvdemocrats.com. So thanks for asking, Texter.
I had former Wheeling mayor and Democratic nominee for Senator Glenn Elliott on the show last week. He was in town opening up his new headquarters. And he is calling for a debate between himself and Governor Jim Justice, his opponent, Republican opponent in the Senate race. Justice is saying no. Elliott said yes. Elliott's quote, which we turned into a promo, by the way, says something, he said on the show last week. He said he can even bring his dog. I'll bring mine, too. What does Mike Pushkin say about a possible debate? Well, it's not going to happen, I don't think, but the challenge of a debate between Elliott and Justice.
Well, it's unfortunate that Governor Justice doesn't feel that the voters of West Virginia should be.
He says the race is over. He said that during his briefing. He said it's over.
I think people deserve to hear these opposing viewpoints. And, it's getting to be October. It's time for debates. Governor Justice should agree to a debate. He should be able to defend his policies, be able to defend his record. Good luck defending that record. And people need to get to know more about Mayor Glenn Elliott, who has a great record of economic development and growth in the city of Wheeling. He's really turned that town around, and he has experience in the U.S. Senate. He started off his career working for Senator Byrd, so he knows where the Senate is located. It's in Washington, D.C., and you actually have to show up to cast votes there. You have to show up to represent West Virginia, and I don't think anybody thinks that Jim Justice is actually going to show up for work. He hasn't yet.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to show up for a debate. So I don't know exactly what if he's got such a great record, he's done such a good job. Defend it.
But he says he doesn't
Jim.
have to because the race is over. That's what he said during the presser last week, Mike. He said this race is over.
Well, yeah, maybe that's what I mean, no, it's not over till Election Day, and the voters have deserved to be able to hear from their candidates. And I don't know what he's afraid of. If he thinks he's so far ahead and he's done such a great job, defend your record. Show up.
Talking to State Democratic
Party
Party
chair. He has a hard time showing up. He really does. I think that's what the problem is. I mean, debate prep's actual work, and Jim Justice doesn't like to work.
We got 9 minutes away from 10. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Hudson's Pizza. This month at your favorite Hudson's. Get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an 8-inch chocolate chip cookie, only $23.99. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
Planning for retirement? Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is here to help you leave a lasting legacy. Whether you're getting ready to retire or already retired, we offer expert advice tailored to your goals. Imagine supporting your children or becoming a major donor to the Children's Hospital. With our guidance, you can enjoy your retirement and make a significant impact. Secure your future and create a meaningful legacy with Stike Wealth Enhancement Group. Start planning today at StikeWEG.com. Your legacy, our commitment.
Securities and advisory service offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Andrew Anderson is an experienced leader for Kanawha County. Andrew Anderson is a proven job creator running for the House of Delegates. Andrew Anderson knows what it takes to create jobs, improve education, and end the drug abuse crisis that hurts our families. Andrew Anderson will always fight for our families. Vote for Andrew Anderson for House of Delegates on November 5th for a better West Virginia.
I'm Andrew Anderson, and I ask for your vote on November 5th for House of Delegates.
Paid for by Andrew Anderson for West Virginia, Andrew Anderson, Treasurer.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So, no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Why is Navage perfect for allergy sufferers? Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage. Breathe easy.
7 minutes away from 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Morgan & Morgan. If you're injured, hire Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin is with us. Text says, Dave, Mike needs to know that the Democrats are done in West Virginia. Citizens have had enough of the far-left agenda that the party follows.
Well, no, I disagree. I think that we're the party that really holds true West Virginia values, whether it's supporting public education for everybody's kids, being able to maintain good roads and bridges and the expansion of broadband, being able to trust the water that comes out of your tap, good, clean water for the people of West Virginia, protecting a woman's right to choose. We would like to put it on the ballot, and that's not a far-left statement. Former President Trump has been calling for states to put it on the ballot. So I'm not sure what the West Virginia Republicans are afraid of, except they know, just like in every other state, they'll lose. We're for protecting freedom, for restoring freedom, and the other side seems to be for big government intrusion from the boardroom to the bedroom to the doctor's office, everywhere. They just want to intrude on our lives from birth to death.
Text says, Dave, just checked. We are still 49th and 50th in just about every category possible. Justice and the Republicans call this progress. Another text asked about if you had any comment on Mike Maroney.
Senator Maroney.
Senator Maroney was arrested yesterday on suspicion of, and I don't have the notes in front of me, but a suspicion of driving under the influence. I think he had like he had a expired sticker or something like that as well. Second time he's been arrested. The other time was for sexuality in public and no one else was present. in a gambling parlor. He, of course, got beat in the primary, but he's still the senator until January. Your
he
thoughts?
is a senator. He's a Republican senator. He's chair of the health committee, I believe, unless they removed him. And to me, it's just sad. I've been very open about the fact that I'm in long-term recovery, so I can spot obvious substance use disorder when I see it. 2 arrests in a short period of time. It's sad, and I just hope he gets the help that he needs. But I will say, I don't appreciate the hypocrisy. And I'll point out that Senator Maroney was the lead sponsor of a bill to drug test people who receive TANF. Well, he also gets a paycheck from the state, and has he been impaired doing his job? So to me, I'm all for. I hope he gets the help that he needs, but I don't appreciate the hypocrisy of calling for drug testing folks on TANF. When they introduced that bill, we had an amendment to drug test legislators. They didn't pick it up, but I think we should. If you're going to drug test people on TANF, line them up and drug test the people voting on it.
Agreed, 100% here. Last week, Huntington Mayor Steve Williams called for the legalizing of recreational cannabis. Do you think this is a smart move on Mayor Williams' part? As
he called for a vote.
A vote.
Well,
okay.
He does say he said he would support it, but he called for a vote. It's like in any state that has legalized it, it's been a vote of the people. And I think that who could be against that, letting the people speak up on it? In Maryland, Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, many of our surrounding states, many West Virginians can drive, half hour, 20 minutes in any direction and buy it legally. And in those states, the sky hasn't fallen, the earth hasn't stopped spinning, and not a single state that has gone that way has gone back. They like the added revenue they get. They like actually just the freedom of allowing adults to make that determination for themselves, just like they would with beer, wine, alcohol. So now, while I do not definitely don't condone the use, I think that adults in West Virginia should be able to make that determination for themselves. But I definitely trust the voters to decide on that. So same thing with reproductive freedom. We would like to have that on the ballot as well.
It should be on the ballot.
It's not just me. You hear Donald Trump saying that the people in the states should be able to vote for it. But
and some people in the Republican Party aren't happy with that. I've had texts to the show that people that aren't happy with Trump about that.
Well, then they should say so out loud. They should say they're not happy with Trump. Instead, they just go along with the rest of the cult and go along with whatever he says publicly. But if they're not happy with something, say so. But that's one thing I agree with them on. The people should be able to vote. But the Republican leadership in West Virginia is afraid of that because they know, just like in every other state, whether it's Ohio or Montana, any red state, blue state, purple state, where they vote on putting on freedom, on restoring reproductive freedom, freedom always wins. So let the people of West Virginia vote on it.
Before we close, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about something totally away from politics. It's your good friend, and she's been a guest on the show here, Sierra Farrell, local musician who is absolutely just killing it. Cavender mentioned that she's going to be in concert at the Clay Center. Talk about what Sierra Farrell is doing right now on the nationwide front.
Just last week, she won 2 major awards with the Americana Music Association. She took home the 2 biggest awards, Artist of the Year and an Album of the Year. And the reason she won is she truly put out the best record last year. If you don't believe me, go listen to it from start to finish. Trail of Flowers is a great record. And in my opinion, I'm a little bit biased. I think she's the greatest performer on the planet. So that's why and she'll be here in Charleston Saturday night. 2 years ago, she played at the Roosevelt Kennedy Dinner.
She was here. She was here on the show
that's
a couple
right.
years ago.
She played the Roosevelt Kennedy Dinner for us. Friday night is the Roosevelt Kennedy Dinner at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center right here in Charleston. And you can get those tickets at WVDemocrats.com. Our keynote speaker is Governor Andy Beshear.
All right, Mike. Good luck with your dinner this week. I appreciate you being here, man, as always.
Hope to see you there.
Coming up on the show tomorrow, Bell Mayor David Fletcher, John Jarrett of Jarrett Construction, and Millie Snyder will be here. Hoppy coming up with Talkline at 10:06. Download the all-new Metro News TV app and the WVRC Media app for my producer, Matt Guitar Murphy. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston and 104.5 Cross Lanes. A WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.